Administration. IPL's headquarters is situated inside the Cricket Centre next to Wankhede Stadium in Churchgate, Mumbai. The IPL Governing Council is responsible for all the functions including organizing of the tournament. Members are Brijesh Kotel, Chairman, Jay Shah, Honorary Secretary of the Ksiran Singh Hewell, Treasurer, Kshivashik Dalmia, Member, IPL Governing Council, Carol Jamal Majumdar, Apex Council Member, Prajian Oha, Indian Cricketers Association's representative, Ulkareni Pardwa, Comptroller and Auditor General of Indian nominee team, can acquire players through any of the three ways: the annual player auction, trading players with other teams during the trading windows, and signing replacements for unavailable players. Players sign up for the auction and also set their base price and are bought by the franchise that bids the highest for them. Unsold players at the auction are eligible to be signed up as replacement signings. In the trading windows, a player can only be traded with his consent, with the franchise paying the difference, if any, between the old and new contracts. If the new contract is worth more than the older one, the difference is shared between the player and the franchise selling the player. There are generally 3 trading windows, 2 before the auction and 1 after the auction, but before the start of the tournament, players cannot be traded outside the trading windows or during the tournament, whereas replacements can be signed before or during the tournament. Some of the rules for franchises as of 2020 season are as follows. Salary cap of the entire squad must not exceed 85 rupees crores million. Under 19 players cannot be picked unless they have previously played first class or list of cricket. The term of a player contract is 1 year, with the franchise having the option to extend the contract by 1 or 2 years. Since the 2014 season, the player contracts are denominated in the Indian rupee, before which the contracts were in US dollars. Overseas players can be remunerated in the currency of the player's choice at the exchange rate on either the contract due date or the actual date of payment. Prior to the 2014 season, Indian domestic players were not included in the player auction pool and could be signed up by the franchises at a discrete amount, while a fixed sum of 10 rupees lakhs to 30 rupees lakhs would get deducted per signing from the franchise's salary purse. This received significant opposition from franchise owners, who complained that richer franchises were luring players with under-the-table deals, following which the IPL decided to include domestic players in the player auction. BCCI give percent of foreign players' salary to their country's National Cricket Board, according to a 2015 survey by Sporting Intelligence and ESPN magazine. The average IPL salary when prorated is $1 million per year, the second highest among all sports leagues in the world. Since the players in the IPL are only contracted for the duration of the tournament, less than 2 months, the weekly IPL salaries are extrapolated pro rata to obtain an average annual salary, unlike other sports leagues in which players are contracted by a single team for the entire year. 2019 season of the IPL offered a total prize money of 50 rupees crore, equivalent to 53 rupees crore or million in 2020, with the winning team netting 20 rupees crore, equivalent to 21 rupees crore or million in 2020. The first and second runners-up received 12 rupees 50 paise crores million and 8 rupees 75 paise crores million, respectively, with the fourth-placed team also winning 8 rupees 75 paise crores million. The other teams are not awarded any prize money. The IPL rules mandate that half of the prize money must be distributed among the players. Rules. The IPL has a number of rules which international cricket format or other leagues do not always have. Strategic time-out. IPL games incorporate television timeouts. A penalty may be imposed if the umpires find teams misusing this privilege. Each team is given a 2:30 strategic timeout during each innings. One must be taken by the bowling team between the ends of the 6th and 9th overs, and one must be taken by the batting team between the ends of the 13th and 16th overs. To indicate the strategic timeout, the on-field umpire will raise his hand in the air and tap his wrist. This rule is borrowed from the NBA. Since the 2018 season, the decision review system (DRS) is being used in all IPL matches, allowing each team 2 chances per innings to review an on-field umpire's decision. From the 2023 season, players can review wides and no balls, which is not the case in other men's cricket tournaments. If the bowling team doesn't complete its overs in allocated time, Then they may place only 4 fielders outside of the fielding restrictions circle for the remainder of the innings. Impact player substitution. Teams can use a substitute, which is termed as an impact player, from a list of up to 5 players named as possible substitutes. The substitution can only be made before the start of an inning, when a wicket falls, when a batter retires, or at the end of an over. This rule is borrowed from football and the NBA. Both teams can introduce a substitute once per match. If a batsman gets out and the bowling team decides to make a substitution in the middle of the over, the substitute bowler cannot bowl the remaining balls of that over. The replaced player cannot take part in the match. Even as a substitute fielder, teams can introduce an overseas player as a substitute if they have included less than 4 overseas players in their playing in a match. Participating teams can declare their playing XI to the match referee before or after toss. A penalty of 5 runs if a fielder or wicketkeeper makes an unfair movement while the bowler is bowling and before ball reaches the batsman. The ball is also a dead ball. Teams can incorporate a maximum of 4 overseas players in the playing. Teams must include 25 players in their squad, in which they can include a maximum of 8 overseas players. Locations of the 10 IPL teams. Present teams, former teams suspended. Tournament seasons and results. Main articles: List of Indian Premier League seasons and results and list of Indian Premier League records and statistics with 5 titles. Mumbai Indians are the most successful team in the league's history in terms of the number of titles won. The Chennai Super Kings have won 4 titles. The Kolkata Knight Riders have won 2, and 4 other teams, Ray Jasmine Royals, Deccan Chargers, Sunrisers, Hyderabad and Gujarat Titans, have won the title, and current champions are the Gujarat Titans, who defeated the Ray Jasmine Royals by 7 wickets in the final of the 2022 season to secure their first title. Team now defunct. Team's performances. Team now defunct. Team now defunct. Awards. Main article: List of Indian Premier League awards. The Orange Cap is awarded bestowed to the top run scorer in the IPL during a season. It is an ongoing competition, with the leader wearing the cap throughout the tournament until the final game, with the eventual winner keeping the cap for the season. Latest winner Jose Butler, 863 runs 2022. The purple cap is awarded to the top wicket taker in a season. It gets transferred to the different bowlers whenever they lead in the wicket takes table and eventually bestowed to the winner keeping the cap for the season. Latest winner Yuzvendra Chahal, 27 wickets 2022. The award was called the man of the tournament until the 2012 season. The IPL introduced the most valuable player rating system in 2013, the leader of which would be named the most valuable player at the end of the season. Latest winner Jose Butler, 2022. The Fair Play Award is given after each season to the team with the best record of fair play. The winner is decided on the basis of the points the umpires give to the teams. After each match, the 2 on-field umpires and the 3rd umpire scores the performance of both teams. Latest winners Ray Jasmine Royals Award was presented for the best under-19 player in 2008 and best under-23 player in 2009 and 2010, being called under-23 success of the tournament. In 2011 and 2012, the award was known as Rising Star of the Year, while in 2013 it was called Best Young Player of the Season. Since 2014, the award has been called the Emerging Player of the Year. In 2016, Mustafizur Rahman of Bangladesh was the first and only foreign player to date to win the Emerging Player of the Year award. Latest winner Umran Malik, 2022. The award for the most sixes in a season, currently known as Unacademy Let's Crack It Sixes Award for sponsorship reasons, is presented to the batsman who hits the most sixes in a season of the IPL. English batsman Jose Butler of the Ray Jasmine Royals won this award in 2022 with 45 sixes in 17 innings. Broadcasting. The IPL's broadcast rights were held by a partnership between Sony Pictures Networks and World Sport Group under a 10-year contract valued at $1 billion. Sony did Indian distribution while WSG did international. The initial plan was for a percentage of these proceeds to go to the IPL, a percentage as prize money, and a percentage would be distributed to the franchisees from 2008 until 2012, after which the IPL would go public and list its shares. However, in March 2010, the IPL decided not to go public and list its shares. As of the 2016 season, Sony Max, Sony 6, and Sony ESPN served as the domestic broadcasters of the IPL. Max and 6 aired broadcasts with commentary in Hindi. SIX additionally aired broadcasts in Bengali, Tamil, Kannada, and Telugu, while Sony ESPN aired broadcasts in English. The IPL became a major television property within India. Sony Max typically became the most watched television channel in the country during the tournament, and by 2016, annual advertising revenue surpassed 12 rupees billion million. Viewership numbers were expected to increase further during the 2016 season due to the industry adoption of the new BRC ratings system, which also calculates rural viewership rather than only urban markets. On 4 September 2017, it was announced that the then current digital rights holder, Star India now Disney Star, had acquired the global media rights to the IPL under a 5-year contract beginning in 2018, valued at 163 rupees 47 billion billion, £1 97 billion. It is a percentage increase over the previous deal and the most expensive broadcast rights deal in the history of cricket. The IPL sold the rights in packages for domestic television, domestic digital, and international rights, although Sony held the highest bid for domestic television, and Facebook had made a million bid for domestic digital rights, which U.S. media interpreted as a sign that the social network was interested in pursuing professional sports rights. Star was the only bidder out of the shortlist of 14 to make bids in all 3 categories. The deal led to concerns that Star India now held a monopoly on major cricket rights in the country, as it is also the rights holder of ICC competitions, and the Indian national team Star aired IPL matches in India and other markets to subscribers of its streaming service Hotstar. Matches was also available on Jio TV and Airtel TV apps on smartphones. Throughout the 2019 season, international streaming viewership on Hotstar saw records, exceeding 10 million concurrent viewers multiple times. The 2019 final broke these records, peaking at 18.6 million concurrent streaming viewers. The next cycle of IPL media rights will last from 2023 through 2027 and was put to auction. In this auction, the broadcasting rights were divided into 4 packages. Package A was for the domestic television rights. Package B was for the domestic digital rights. Package C was for the digital rights of 18 non-exclusive matches, and Package D was for the international TV and digital rights, which was further divided into 4 groups. On 13 June 2022, it was reported that the packages for domestic television and streaming rights had fetched at least 397 rupees 75 billion, nearly a billion in total, doubling the value of the contract. The next day, it was announced that Star Sports had renewed its contract for television rights by winning Package A, and the Viacom consortium had exclusively acquired the streaming rights by winning both Package B and C. The 2 contracts for Package A and D are cumulatively valued at around $1 billion. With the new contracts, the IPL overtook the Premier League in English football as the second highest valued sports media property worldwide, behind only the NFL, whose new media contracts taking effect in the 2023 season cumulatively fetched $1 billion. In February 2023, Viacom announced that it would stream the IPL for free via its digital platform JioCinema, with feeds in 12 languages, including English and regional languages, and in a resolution. That same month, Disney reported that its loss of the IPL had contributed to a 2.4 million net loss of Disney subscribers worldwide. Star Sports still holds the linear pay television rights. It began taking steps to compete with JioCinema's free broadcasts, including aiming to reach at least 500 million viewers across the country, increasing from past targets of 400 million via promotional campaigns, launching HD feeds of Star Sports 1 in the Tamil and Telugu languages, and announcing that its free-to-air channel Star Utsav Movies would carry 12 matches. It was anticipated that Star Sports broadcasts may not be impacted heavily by the Jio deal due to its existing market reach, including as rights holder of India home matches. In June 2022 media rights auction, Sky Sports and Viacom acquired the rights for UK, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, while Times Internet got the rights for Middle East, North Africa, and the US. Controversies. Main article. Indian Premier League controversies in second season, IPL introduced a new rule, strategic time out of total 750 minutes. Franchises and many people, including Sachin Tendulkar, disapproved it. Then IPL president expressed that the purpose of this rule is to allow teams to strategize mid-game. But critics disagreed with this argument and expressed that the strategic timeouts are nothing but a way to generate money. Later, BCCI reduced its time frame in 2010. An email leaked which, according to an Economic Times article, suggested that former IPL president Lalit Modi helped then BCCI president N. Srinivasan to buy Andrew Flintoff in the auction for his team Chennai Super Kings CSK. Many people criticized Srinivasan for owning an IPL team due to his conflict of interest. Former BCCI president Muthiah filed a lawsuit against him in Supreme Court, in which he claimed that Srinivasan altered the CS's rules to allow himself to purchase a team. The Lada Committee banned CSK from the IPL for 2 years for doing illegal activities. The Supreme Court slammed him for buying an IPL team while serving as BCCI president. A judge commented, "How can a BCCI chief own a team? BCCI gives a percentage of foreign players' salary to their respective countries' national cricket board due to it." A dispute between Australian cricketers and Cricket Australia started. Australian Cricketers Association also opposed latter. In the 2012 IPL spot fixing case, the BCCI put a lifetime ban on Deccan Chargers player TP Sedendra and suspended 4 other players. In an sting operation, Pune Warriors India player Monish Mishra was recorded stating that IPL franchises owners pay their players through black money. His franchise later said that Mishra apologized for his incorrect statement. On 20 May 2012, Rahul Sharma and Wayne Parnell were detained by police when they caught during a raid in a rave party, which was taking place at a suburb of Mumbai. Both denied taking drugs or drinking. Later, police took their urine and blood samples. After testing it in a lab, it was proven that they consumed drugs. In the 2013 IPL spot fixing and betting case, players Ajit Chandala, Ankit Chavan and S. Srisanth were arrested by the Delhi police on allegations of spot fixing and received a lifetime ban from the BCCI. Pranav Mayupan, Chennai Super Kings' team principal and son-in-law of BCCI president Srinivasan, was also arrested by police for illegally betting on IPL matches and passing team information to bookies. The Lada Committee and Mughal Committee held inquiries and made recommendations.